welcome back to TTRPG News. The date is wrong. Dang it. We get so close to perfect every time. But welcome to TTRPG News. If you are catching this on the VOD on our YouTube channel, please know that this is streamed live. And if you would like to join, come hang out with us on our Twitch channel at twitch.tv/PartyOf2RPG. So, Weston, take it away.
In our first new story of the night, creators of Call of Cthulhu, Chaosium, have announced that they will be pulling back from the creation of what?
It's only a year behind. Oh, it says 2021!
Oh my gosh! That's funny, which means no one's noticed it all year.
Reaper, this is why we need you to come to our shows.
Totally need you. Hey, Starry Night just followed the channel.
Thank you so much for the follow, Starry.
Thank you. Knigget.
Sorry, continue.
Wait, is that Knigget?
Is it Knigget?
No.
Or is it Night?
Now
we have it. We're totally off topic. Weston,
okay.
go back to Chaosium.
Back to seriousness. Okay, creators of Call of Cthulhu, Chaosium, have announced that they will be pulling back from the creation of additional NFTs after a major backlash from fans. The VP of licensing said, "We believe we have partnered responsibly to enter this new market of digital collectibles and have a model that is protective of the creators and artists involved. But we understand that digital or physical collectibles are not for everyone. We will never require anyone to own a digital collectible to enjoy any Chaosium product or game."
Yes, and the VP did go on to say that I didn't include in this, but he did go on to say that this was a direct result of outcry from the fans, and that they were like, okay, cool. So our voices do count in the TTRPG space, especially with some of the more
the smaller creators.
They definitely do listen. So if you don't like NFTs, which most of our community doesn't seem to, yay! And thank you very much, Starry Night. And apparently our voices, they say our voices are amazing.
Oh,
thank you. Here we go.
And I'm sick. Imagine
what
I sound like when I'm not.
All right, so for our second news story of the night, fans of Doctor Who will have a brand new D&D 5e setting to sink their teeth into very soon. Company Cubicle 7 Games announced this last week that they are developing a new setting for D&D 5e, all based on the beloved Doctor Who BBC TV show. I should do this with an accent. With just a launching soon release date, it will be a fully supported system with its dedicated line of products. These will most likely include things like pre-written adventures and supplements, as well as novelty dice and GM screens. The very first of these products will be a Doctors and Daleks Player's Guide. The company reiterated that they will still be supporting the Doctor Who RPG that they released back in 2009. The company also announced that instead of releasing a supplement covering the adventures of the 13th Doctor, played by Jodie Whittaker, they will be releasing a second edition of the Doctor Who RPG that this is currently available for pre-order on their website. There we go. Thank you very much. You can't! Seriously, Julian, you can't attack us. We are in the middle of a show.
But you can jump and get all the stars.
Get the stars. Attack other people. You guys can attack each other.
Yes. And in other news, Wizards of the Coast has a new D&D starter set coming down the pipeline for 2022. The Dragons of Stormwreck Isles is the official name and is listed with a recommended price of $49.99.
$50.
Yeah, and even though this is in line with the majority of the Dungeons & Dragons books, it's worth pointing out that the previous starter set cost roughly $20, so they more than doubled the price on this. So we're either seeing a major hike in pricing, or we should expect more from this starter kit than we've gotten in the past.
Yeah,
so that's like
starter kits
2.5 times the prize. So I hope it's one hell of a starter kit.
Yeah, and this was done as like a Hasbro sneak peek for 2022, and it was like a tiny icon in like the top right-hand corner of the sizzle reel, and somebody saw it and was like, we're getting a brand new D&D starter set? What? So they kind of forced Wizards of the Coast's hand by putting that like Hasbro did when they weren't quite ready to announce it.
Oh, geez.
So we don't know anything other than the fact that it's going to be $50. So hopefully it is a much better starter set than what they have had in the past. So in Nintendo news, Nintendo Switch's game In Other Waters is coming to the TTRPG world as a full crew or solo tabletop RPG created by Gareth Damian Martin. This adaptation, titled In Other Waters Tidebreak, takes place after the events of In Other Waters, the Switch game. If you are interested, a Kickstarter is currently up for the game, but it will only be up for a handful of hours. It closes, I believe, tonight at midnight, but I'm not sure what time zone it's at. Their original goal was $5,000, and they have raised $66,000 in the course of the month. So if that's a game that you know of, or that's something that you would like, they have the couple of like levels, like tiers for donating, and you get some pretty cool stuff, including like PDFs of the game and the physical game and all of that jazz.
Oh, that wonderfulness. Here, why don't you cover this one too? So, because I got the last.
Yeah. All right. So TTRPG news adjacent. Elden Ring was released this last week to the joy of all of the Dark Souls fans in the world.
Except for those whose computers can't handle the new graphics requirements.
Yeah, it's a whole thing. It's fine. But it was released this last week, and as a part of a promotional push, Critical Role has done a Elden Ring one-shot that will be aired this Thursday at 7 p.m. Pacific on their channel on twitch.tv/Critical Role. I just felt like I needed to put that in there because Critical Role is Critical Role. And stuff. Yeah, which is everyone. Julian, there are some people who can't handle it.
There are some. And in last news, we have some interesting news that has come out from shareholders within Wizards of the Coast and Hasbro. So there's been, you might have seen some articles about, is Wizards of the Coast splitting from Hasbro? What we really have is there's a group of investors that come out of the Alta Fox Capital Management Group who are wanting to split them off. The idea is that they believe that if they split the companies, the stock rise for Wizards of the Coast would rise more than it is being tethered to Hasbro. So this is all stock games. This all has to do with finances. This actually doesn't have anything at all to do with the games at all. But it does have to do with the idea of if the companies could split. Now, this would give Wizards of the Coast more control over what they do. They'd be untethered at all by Hasbro, but at the same time, their Hasbro has a name, they've got a background, so it would be an interesting thing. Now, what would have to happen in order to make this occur is Alta Fox is proposing some additional members to the board of Hasbro. They're trying to get 5 people added to the board from their group.
I am very qualified. I'm a nerd.
Do you own stock
that out there.
in Hasbro or Wizards of the Coast?
No, but if you gave me a job with stock, then I would have stock.
There you go.
So
or you can go buy some stock. Which actually, if you are a stockholder, if you have bought stock in Wizards of the Coast or Hasbro, you have the right to vote. Most people don't, but you do actually have the right to vote. And so if they can get these people into those board spaces, then they might have the actual leverage and power to cause a split between the companies. So the whole idea, again, is what they want to do is split the companies. Then they get the option of, okay, which company do you want stock in? They take it in Wizards of the Coast because they think Wizards of the Coast can rise more than Hasbro can.
Yeah. Well,
because Hasbro stock has been really stable, like hasn't gone up but Wizards is on its way up.
Yeah, well, and in the Hasbro release of their earnings for 2021, half like fully half of their profit was made from Wizards of the Coast products.
Yeah.
So if they split, it would be a huge issue for Hasbro, though, because that was half of their product for 2021.
But the thing is, and this is the one thing about publicly traded companies, stockholders make those decisions, not necessarily people who care about the company. That's the downside of publicly trading company. So
yeah. Starry Night says that one of their friends and some of the family works at Wizards of the Coast. They like the split.
Do they?
They're wanting to do it.
You see, I could see that because
it would be great for Wizards of the Coast.
Hasbro's a really old company. From what I understand, they have some very old ways that they do things. Wizards having the flexibility to make decisions for itself could be good for the company long term. We'll have to see what happens.
And Julianuary says that Hasbro pays good dividends because he has stock.
There you go.
You have stock, so you can vote.
Yep.
All right. Well, that is it for TTRPG news. If you know of anything newsworthy within the TTRPG space and you want to share it with us, you can always find us on Twitter at PartyOf2RPG Live. Or you can find my personal Twitter, which is HayleyM_Bell, and you can just shoot me a DM. We also have an email. Shoot me a DM. Pew, 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 pew. We also have an email, partyof2rpg@gmail.com, which you can email and shoot us some of your stuff as well. And that is it for today's episode of TTRPG News.